Let's
to.
go.
My best audience. Oh, she's lovely.
So what are you going to send now?
Not telling you. You're not. What are
So
you?
what
All of
you
a sudden, she's my agent. You want to go outside, sell tickets?
No, look, it's 3:30.
Never mind. I haven't told them yet about
Well,
the benching. They stick.
go on.
Go on. Are we ready? Right. So I'll tell you. This is true. I should never move. It's true as Emes Hashem. I wouldn't have known about this except my sister Sylvia told me about it afterwards. When you were abroad, they used to give you, there was no mail, there was no post box. They used to give you a card to write home. And on the card was like 3 lines. I am well, I'm not well, how much I don't remember half of them. I would like some cigarettes, I would like some chocolate, that's it. And you sign your name and put the address on the back of the card, that's it. That was your only communication with your loved ones at home. Now, I didn't know what was going on at home. My mum was never a well woman in those days, and I was very worried about her. But I don't know, I had my own problems. Not that I didn't think of course I did. But we got ourselves into a situation during the last defensive push that the Germans made on the British Army in a place called the Reichswald Forest, the other side of Cologne, right on the Rhine. And I was a machine gunner. But the weather had been so bad, it was pouring, you heard the story? The weather had been so bad, it was raining cats and dogs for days and days on end. There was 3 of us in a slit trench, and the slit trench was half filled with water, and we had it poked up with 4 sticks on the end over the top of the trench with a ground sheet to keep some of the rain off, and it was hell on earth. And the Germans were attacking us like with everything they had left. And it was bad. It was real bad. You'd never got much sleep, and life was hell. But there was nothing you could do about it. We were pinned down, and we were going to stay pinned down until they'd finished. And there were lots of casualties. Now, I don't know that back home, I don't know how many miles it is, 400 or 500 miles, back home in Stockport, my mum and my dad was there, my sister was there. Now, I don't know that every day my mum used to pick up a siddur and she used to say Tillim for me. Now, I don't know whether you know, but Tillim, when a person is desperately ill, you can take the name from every line of the Tillim, and you say that line which is representative of the first letter of the name, like in my case it would be Loza, abbreviation to El-Loza, or you could put an Aleph, and you say the line referring to the Aleph, and the Lamed is a line referring to the Lamed, and then there's a line referring to the Ayin, and so on. Now, I don't know that she's saying, and these are prayers for a refuah. She doesn't even know I'm ill, because my last card said I was okay, but she must have sensed something. And just at that we figured out, my sister and I, that round about that time, we were getting bombarded with the heavy armour of the German army. On this particular late afternoon, the heavens opened up, but the ground street was clean. There was no holes in it, no damages to it of any kind. And the only thing you could see when it got dark was the fire on the skyline, the fire from the artillery and mortar fire was coming over. And the 3 of us were stood there, and all of a sudden we heard this most enormous, shattering, mind-shattering blast right above our heads. And it was almost deafening. And you looked up, and as I looked up at the ground sheet above my head, it was full of holes. So it's obvious that we were right under the target, under the area which they were firing at. They just fired an area. and it was terrifying. And I turned around to this fella on my right, and he was dead. And turned around to the fella on my left, I was in the middle, and he was dead. And then my head starts going round, and all of a sudden look at myself, and I'm smothered in blood. And I thought at first it was the blood from them, from either side of me, but it wasn't. It was in my arm. I fought, and then I felt, it's like an after effect, I felt that the pain was crucified in my arm, and then I passed out. So, fortunately, I survived. Eventually, I don't know how long it was, I was schlepped out of the trench, and I remember waking up in a low boat, like a punt, crossing the Rhine, from north to south, and the next thing, and I became unconscious again, and then I remember waking up on a train, and some Canadian nurse saying something of comfort, words of comfort to me. Excuse me. And then I woke up, I was in hospital. And I really didn't know what was that. But the strange thing is that when my sister told me, and we worked out the time and the day, my mother was praying that time. And I swear to you, because of that prayer, I survived. And I've always remembered that. It's always stuck in my mind as something that life is beschert. And you've got to be grateful for every day that you live. And that's it.